Are you sick of the commentary bullshit? Does Daddy Tommy have to make it clear for y'all? Yeah, broadcasting live from the heart of Europe. This is the most badass YouTube broadcast in all the known land, ladies and gentlemen. I am Tommy C, and this is Shot to the Point. My point today is none other than Nick Diorio. How are you, sir?
Can we run that back one more time? I don't know if we did it quite good enough.
Yeah, me either. And you know what? Fuck it. Chivago's here, too. You're right. Yes. Jeff the Chin. Thanks so much. Or should I thank Nick? I don't know. All right, here's the deal. All right, with this James Charles stuff. All right. It is, for all you guys that have been here for a long time, all right, this is not going to be old hat. YouTubers are utterly and totally full of shit. The narratives and how they portray themselves online are simply designed to A, avoid hate, B, send hate, most importantly, make money in just about every situation. They're the most insincere group of people outside of Hollywood, USA. And I'm actually thinking they actually might be worse because Hollywood people don't have to deal with chat rooms. All right? So I'm going to break down all this BS, and I will show you without a shadow of a doubt something you probably already knew if you're a long-time fan. Keemstar told it to me like this. You collab, you make drama, you make the other guy look like he started it, and then you go to the next level. There has never been a clearer example of this than in the past 5 days, right? That doesn't mean that I'm going to defend anybody's behavior, that I'm sticking up for or anything. I don't give a shit about any of these people. I don't care what happens to them. I am simply here to tell you. I am simply here to show you that this tinted window is a lot easier to see through than you once thought. Because this is just YouTube horseshit. This is not the second coming of Harvey Weinstein. And not only can I do that, show that this is not the second coming of Harvey Weinstein, I actually probably have more evidence that this was a move than I do the guy's a sex predator. So first and foremost, let's go to Keemstar, who made 2 good Drama Alert videos in a row. Congratulations, Keemstar. He did a great job on this. Excellent job. So let's start off with Tati and the accusations, and we'll go from there.
Have abandoned him, but James Charles did get some support from a very surprising place, and that was from PewDiePie. Yesterday, PewDiePie uploaded a video titled "James Charles is Cancelled," and in this video, PewDiePie basically says that Tati isn't perfect, and that Tati literally just came at James Charles to promote her vitamins. Roll it.
It just feels weird to me how everyone absolutely love her. Look how many people like this video. It feels very manipulative.
I think it's amazing that Swedish people can't say anything plural, but that's just me.
She's putting herself on a pedestal while she clearly was completely fine not outing this behavior about James Charles, essentially abusing people's sexuality. And as long as James Charles would have instead promoted her vitamins, she would have been fine with it. She would not have made this video. She would have been good boy James Charles. Thank you very much. All these issues arise just because it was an opportunity for her to do that. And I do have a big problem with that.
Now that's her opinion. There's no way to prove that one way or another. A lot like there's.
I think there is.
What? Well, let me get in there. Let's just unfold, Nick. There's no real way to prove that statement one way or another at the time of recording. Right? Just like there's no way to prove that this guy's a sex predator, as you're going to see.
Wow. Now, I must say, I do understand PewDiePie's point here, but I don't necessarily agree with him, and this is why. Because Tati had no idea how her video was going to play out, all right? James Charles, very big YouTuber, very, very loyal fan base. Those fans could have attacked Tati. Tati could have been the one losing subs.
Absolutely. He's 100% correct. It's
almost like it's a calculated
risk. It was a dice roll. It's a dice roll. It was a huge risk.
Not when you have the entire community going to come back you
just because. Well, it could. He's right. It could have went sideways. Just because it's a huge risk does not mean it is based in. I'm sorry, Charles. I'm like your mom. You're not his mom. I'm just doing this for your own goddamn good. Your career is completely ruined at the age of 19, and everybody thinks you're, as Tonka says, a sex pest. You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, no, there's nothing in it for me. There's nothing in it for me. You're welcome.
I just have Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson coming to back me afterwards no matter what happens.
Nothing in it for me.
Problem.
But that being said, Keem's correct. This is huge risk. It could have went south real quick. And if it probably wasn't for James Charles's past history and irritating this entire community and probably getting too big for his fucking britches, that could have been the scenario. It's hard to go up against another YouTuber. But this is a calculated move by who seems to be a very educated, very smart, very corporate woman that seems to know exactly what she's doing. There's no way to tell that this would have blown up to the level it did. She couldn't have known that. But she was prepared if it did. This could have been just... Look, drama in the... Like, Illuminati got me into this goddamn beauty community stuff like 2 years ago. All right? This shit is all day, every day. There isn't a day that goes by. There is no downtime. This one just hit gold.
You could rename it the petty community.
Oh God, it is the pettiest. There's so much drama. It's not even fun. That's how bad it is. But this one's definitely fun.
I think it was pretty risky what she did, and I think the reason why she did it is because she felt betrayed by James Charles.
I think he's absolutely right. She was betrayed.
And that's the biggest problem.
And here's another problem. Here's another thing. Maybe she had every right to drop this fucking video because she was betrayed. I don't know that those motivations are wrong. No, I'm sorry, Nick. You tell me you're going to promote something, and I got you started, and then you go promote my competitor. I might throw you under the fucking bus.
Did you see the video that was the actual promotion?
I don't know that I'd call you a sex pest, though.
That's
the difference. I think she has every right to make this fucking video. I absolutely believe 100% that you lied right to her face, and this bitch was not going to tolerate that shit. And I think she threw the gauntlet down. I also think in her way of throwing the gauntlet down, she actually kind of exposed herself. And in a way that absolutely nobody's figured out yet. Remember, the narrative, he's a sex pest. He's a predator. The problem is he does something that doesn't make sense if he's a predator.
I'm going to go ahead and back out.
I don't think it was just about money, fame. I don't think it was just about selling vitamins. I think she actually felt betrayed by James.
Yeah, why did she feel betrayed? Because it's about money and fucking vitamins. It's a good reason to feel betrayed. Her betrayal is probably legit.
And that's why she fired back at him. Because this was such a big risk.
We'll get into that. Let me do my part.
But with that being said, I do have a problem with Tati's video because more evidence has come out. In Tati's video, she talked about at her birthday party dinner, there was a waiter there, he was a straight guy, and basically James Charles was manipulating the straight waiter into turning him gay or whatever. Here's the clip from Tati. Roll it.
How can you turn somebody gay? You can't.
Well, come on, Tommy. They're putting water and turning the frogs.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Didn't we kick that guy off of you, too?
Time and place. And you did it at my birthday dinner. And I made excuses for you then. You were talking...
There's the admission right there. I made excuses for you then. That's an admission of guilt. And that's what Poods was pointing out. That makes Poods' point right there.
In detail about things you wanted to do to the waiter. And when I said, James, he's straight, your response was, doesn't matter, I'm a celebrity.
Yeah. Do we have any way of knowing that that was literal? Is there any way to prove that? Is there any? Is it just possible that
Dawson would say it passing?
Well, here's the way I've been looking at this the whole time. Let's say I was fucking famous and this is a woman, and I was trying to get the waitress. And it's like, man, she's not into you, Tommy. What do you mean? I'm famous. I'll take her home tonight. That's not predatory behavior. That's being an asshole at the best and probably trying to make the table laugh. You actually have to do the crime to be the predator. But as we find out, this is not exactly what she explained it was. Not only is this guy not straight, her story makes next the no sense, And that also cuts her narrative in half.
So freaking gross. And you said that in front of my family. Not okay. That behavior's not okay. Whether you're a woman, a man, gay, straight, bi.
Somebody knows how to Me Too. It's not okay. It's problematic. So what? Saying words is a lot different than committing actions.
Whatever sexual orientation you are, that is your personal call, and it is not someone else's to take.
Doesn't it irritate you when you make a crack on Twitter and somebody pretends you're telling like the literal truth? Isn't that the most irritating thing to deal with, Nick?
Yep.
Like if somebody says, like, can you imagine being somewhere and say, "Man, I'd fucking kill that guy." Would you really kill that guy? No, I'm kidding. Yeah. I'm not sure you're kidding.
A joke about, I don't know, flashbanging a dog and then getting grilled on you're believing lies? Yes. You're believing slander?
Yes.
No, it was a joke because you're a fucking pathetic pussy, Ian Miles Chung.
Thank you. Thank you for dragging me into that too. But yes, that's a little irritating when people deliberately don't deliberately pretend. And we have good reason to believe that this is exactly what she's doing here. Because the situation wasn't what she said it was.
It's not someone else's to play with. It's not someone else's to mess with.
No,
and how dare you laugh about it and make meme after meme and retweet and this and that and I love straight boys and make it a joke.
Hey, since when was it not okay for gay guys to like straight guys? I thought it was not okay for gay guys to rape straight guys. I thought it was not okay to for gay guys not to harass straight guys. Jokes? How dare you make a joke? Who the fuck? Hey, mom, lighten up. That's what I want to say to this broad. Or is she deliberately putting in this context to manipulate?
Wow. So after Tati said that in her video, everyone's been waiting to hear from the actual waiter. Everyone wants to know what his story is. And guess what? The waiter has come forward. The waiter from Seattle is known as Sam Cookie. He uploaded a video today titled "The Kid from Seattle, James Charles." Now remember, from Tati's video, this is a straight boy who was manipulated by James Charles. But was he?
Listen closely to what he says.
And
it's not that he called over there. You already know that. There's something you all missed.
In this video, you gotta hear it for yourself. Roll it.
So when he came in with everyone, it was kind of a big surprise. He was there at my restaurant, and throughout the night, James and his friend and everyone, they just kept looking at me, but especially James. This was on Valentine's Day, and he kept asking the waiter if I was single, and that they thought I was very attractive. Or he especially thought that I was very attractive.
I've never done that. I've never asked a waiter if a girl's single. That's not harassment. That's not manipulation. That's trying to find out if you can get a date. If we demonize that, we have a real fucking problem. And I thought we're supposed to treat gays like we're supposed to treat straights. You know, their quest for sex is no more illegitimate than mine or any other single man, right? So far, we have nothing.
And he wanted to get my phone number and all that. But the wait staff at my restaurant didn't let that happen. He left and it kind of just went untalked about. The next day, my sister convinced me to direct message James Charles.
I love his sister. You gotta suck that guy's dick. Jesus, you can't let an opportunity like that slip through your fingers. Can you imagine? I can imagine like my brother. Hey, you know that guy James Charles. He wants you to blow him. Really? Yeah, you better. I'm getting right on. Oh no,
I never sat down and gone, wow, that celebrity guy really had a thing for me. It's kind of weird. I'm not a fan of that, but I think I'm going to send him a DM on Twitter to see if he's like just cool.
I think his sister knew that he swung both ways. I think she knew, because who does that?
And I did. We can throw the screenshot up here somewhere in post. I said, "LOL, it's Sam, the buster from John Howie." John Howie's.
Okay, time out. If James Charles is such a predator on straight boys, then why is this straight boy jumping into the DMs with James Charles? Yeah, he might not be straight. In fact, it gets even worse. Roll.
We proceeded to talk for a while. It was his last night in Seattle. He actually invited me out to his hotel. At that time, I was bi-curious. I had never done anything with a guy before.
Well, you're about to, sir.
I get to the hotel room. We say,
You know, if you're going to go queer, you're better off going with the 10 million sub guy. I have to admit, he's got high standards.
hi. It's all fine. We ended up watching a movie, and after that movie, he asked to kiss me.
What? I want you all to listen to that. What happened after the movie?
I get to the hotel room. We say hi. It's all fine. We end up watching a movie, and after that movie, he asked to kiss me.
He asked.
It's not that he's gay or not gay or bi-curious. Here's the problem. Sex predators don't ask for shit. They take. This is a red flag. In fact, it makes me think the whole narrative of him being Harvey Weinstein is completely backwards. I've known people that are very sexually aggressive, the jocks that I grew up in high school, guys I played hockey with and what have you. They don't ask for shit. They're out of fucking control. So you mean to tell me that this guy was so out of line trying to convince this man that he was gay, and this guy went out of his way, contacted them, right? And after watching a movie and cuddling together, James Charles finally got up the guts to ask this boy if he could kiss him. That
Hey,
doesn't...
Tommy, I got a 20-page consent form right here I need you to sign.
It doesn't play well with the narrative theory. Now, maybe he was just being a human being that night. Maybe the rest of the time he's halfway raping people. Maybe it is. Maybe he's raping people all the fucking time. Just this one time he had a normal day. Just this one time he asked. That doesn't make sense. It makes zero sense that this guy's a predator. It sounds like a guy that wants to get laid. And being single and being in college and being in the army, I get that. Now, I'm not gay, but it's not much different. I've sat there with the girl that I have aggressively pursued. Is this the moment that I kissed her? Do I try now? Should I ask? I'm not a predator, right? Predators it doesn't even enter their fucking skull. It doesn't even enter their skull. So maybe, just maybe, James Charles is exactly what he appears to be. A big, obnoxious asshole queen. But Harvey Weinstein, are you kidding me? Does he have we seen any evidence? We've heard this guy has the power to lean on people. Is there any evidence have popped up besides accusations from randoms?
I've heard more than that. I've heard them saying he's actively using this influence to get in straight guys' pants. But I also haven't seen one iota of evidence that points to that. What I have.
Do you think that Axl Rose in 1989 you didn't use the success of Appetite Discretion to get in a fucking few girls' pants? Does that make you a predator? What guy in the world
people are showing money?
This guy didn't.
Other arguments are showing that he's offering money and stuff. And if he's offering money, you know what that's called?
No.
It's called prostitution. That's not crime. Abusing your fan base. If a businessman goes down and picks up a hooker, he's not abusing his fucking power as a guy at Wall Street. It's prostitution. That's what it fucking is.
If anybody out there has a thing where he's actually using his way outside the norm, and outside the norm would be repeatedly call this guy, you're fucking gay, over and over and over and over and over and over again, and not stopping and not taping it over and going out to ruin somebody. Repeated examples of that. We've been unable to know. It may be out there. We've been unable to locate this. This was the cornerstone of Tati's video to show that he was a sex pest. Clearly, she was either horribly mistaken and read the situation wrong innocently enough, or she lied. That guy looks gay as fuck. How the fuck can you look at that guy and say, "Oh my God,
he sounds gay"?
He sounds gay. He carries himself. He's looking. No, that's not an end of his head. How did she know? How did she come away with? Oh, this guy's got 2 fucking earrings in his ear. He's chatting it up with him.
I knew a lot of guys with earrings, but
2? Back in the 90s.
Two is the right way, because then if you go with one ear,
how did she come away? How did Tati come away with this guy was 100% straight? I think
he even says he was bi-curious at the time.
Yeah.
Are you not?
Well, how would she know that?
Is that how that works? Like,
and I was very nervous because I had never done anything with a guy, and I was bi-curious. So
I don't care what he is, bi-curious, straight, whatever.
I said yes. And we ended up making out for around an hour, and
No. You're not straight. Okay, you're not straight. You don't go to James Charles' hotel room willingly and make out with him for hours and then get to say, I'm straight. No. Listen, I don't know what it's like to be a woman. I don't know how that works. Guys and girls.
Yeah, you do. You're always fucking crying in my chat room.
We're completely different, all right? But I know what it's like to be a straight man, okay? You don't go to James Charles' hotel room late at night and make out with him for hours if you're straight. No. Bro, you're not straight. Homie, you gay. I mean, bi or bi-curious. You're not straight. So listen, all right, I got to give James Charles a little bit of a defense there because, wow.
Okay. Here's the other thing. Now, you might come up to, now, James Charles, this kid changed his mind. By the way, I read this back in the 90s. The amount of men that try something around this guy's age, homosexual, and go back and marry girls and completely put it behind their art is staggering. The number is staggering. A lot more guys try a homosexual act than, and it's probably in the same. I mean, you always see girls doing it publicly in college. It's probably a lot higher than you all think, right? And some of them go on and marry and never do it again. I mean, I've seen. I don't have the report in front of me, but I've seen it. Right? And I think that's what guys like fucking James Charles pick on. They go for those guys that are bi-curious. And you might bring up the fact that what happened was this. James went to this kid and said, no, you're gay. And he's like, no, I don't want any more. No, you're gay. Don't lie to yourself. Okay? And it does. I've seen the DMs. It comes off kind of shitty from James's point of view. But from what I've seen, it happened
2
once.
million subs shitty.
But it happened once. So it would be the equivalent of, can you imagine this? I fall in love with a lesbian, right? I actually get her. I get her in bed, old fucking Chasing Amy style, right? And then I call her the next day and she says, you know what? I really had a great time last night, but I think I'm going back to my girlfriend. No, you're not. You're straight. You're fucking straight. I love you. Don't go. You're crazy. You're lying to yourself. You wouldn't have came over here. I'm sorry. I got to go. Now, that makes me a bit of an asshole, but it doesn't make me a predator. It makes me somebody who wants the girl. That doesn't make me a predator. Now, did James Charles do anything to this waiter afterwards that we're aware of? Is there any information out there like that?
I haven't.
Who's the one he flew out?
Now, there is a guy. Now, James Charles isn't innocent in this, 100%.
Oh, no.
There's the other guy. The other guy. No, James Charles, honestly, from what the news team has gathered, James Charles is pretty much, and he deserves to lose subs, by the way. I don't give a shit if he loses every single one.
He's an immature kid who didn't grow up.
He's probably as bad as Susie Liu. But as far as the sex angle, that he's a sex pest, it's really not there. Let's go over the accusations. This is a 1 million hit video, right? And let's go over the damning evidence of the accusations. I mean, they're outright hysterical, these accusations. They're comical.
Your response was, doesn't matter, I'm a celebrity. So freaking gross. And you said that in front of my family.
Now I'll be going into a few examples of people who had given a statement that James have made them feel comfortable too. So there's a lot more of this than just this waiter story. Alright, let's get into it, guys.
This is fascinating. Did anybody read this? Sarah Larson wrote, I'm cackling because he hit up my boyfriend in the DM several times, knowing damn well he's straight. She quote tweeted it and wrote, I felt like deleting this because I checked it and it wasn't several times. It was only one DM and some comments under pictures. Wait a minute. Dude, the guy who made this, who's the guy that made this? I put in that I thought you were trying to prove that he was a sex pest. This is a person saying, yeah, exactly. This is what you use for evidence that he's a sex pest? A girl that falsely accused him of harassing her boyfriend when it turned out it was only once? This is comical.
Is there something wrong with commenting under someone's Instagram photo? Because like 90% of guys I know do that to girls.
I know. Yeah, he's harassing my boyfriend. And by the way, Zara has every reason to be irritated that she's talking. I'm not saying he doesn't, but then as it turned out, and by the way, he doesn't even talk about this afterwards. He just puts his tweet out there and explains none of it. It's so weird. It's bizarre. Why would he use this? This is fun. It gets better. I can't believe he let it up there.
His next story is from Grant Landis, who also provided screenshots that kind of like showed how James made him feel extremely uncomfortable. This is again a clear...
Whenever you get rejected, there's a pretty good chance that you made the other party feel uncomfortable. Unless you... The way I always understood it, it's if you repeat that behavior of discomfort where it becomes harassment, when you become a pest, when you become a sexual harasser, it's not one DM and we're closed.
Indication of how he is using his fame to kind of like provoke others who did not even have that intention. So let's just take a look at the DMs real quick.
Look, a guy that buys a new Ferrari and shows it around with a girl, he's trying to provoke them. Look, I can afford this. I'm looking while she got a hot car, in hopes there'd be exchange for some action later. There is a normal amount of manipulation that goes on when it comes to betting the opposite sex, or in this case, the same sex. That's normal. That's normal human sexual behavior. Now, this guy is asked whether he wants to be a part of this or not. And he says no. He's not interested. You can go read these on your own fucking time. I'm not reading them.
So, blah, blah, blah. Then James says, straight boys really have no game. And then the little, like, crying emoji. Again, I just feel like he's pushing a straight guy into a direction that he had really zero intent to go towards.
Well,
then block him.
Well, it's not even
block
that. No, it's not even that.
Number.
How are you going to find out if the guy's not gay if you don't ask him?
No, but Tommy, his emojis.
Yes.
His emojis they're pushing him over the edge.
Yes. This guy's about to suck a dick because of emojis.
In 2 months from now, if I send a fucking skull and crossbones, I'm going to be accused of murder.
Yes, I know. This doesn't even come close. Unless this behavior continued. I think we all could agree with that. At some point, and shit on blowbacks or stop tying talks. Yeah, maybe. You never know.
And from the text, I could clearly read that it made Grant very uncomfortable. He never responded to the coffee thing, James, but went straight to the kind of like flirting, if that's even what you call flirting, because that's a bad pickup line.
So does bad pickup line count for fucking sexual harassment?
Let me tell you right there.
I'm trying to look at this through a straight guy's eyes. I hate seeing straight guys asking girls out. They reject them and they become sexual harassers. You got to have to show me repeated behavior of no, and him not taking no, not one DM conversation.
And after Grant let James know that he wasn't interested in things like that, he never replied to the coffee thing. So again, it's kind of like, you know, he's provoking straight guys with like, you're hottest. And then like, if they don't really respond to that, he just cancels them. You know?
Every girl that ever turned me down, I never bought her a car or promoted her YouTube channel or anything like that. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. Like when you say cancel, thanks so much, Larry Banks. I'll read these all at the end. When you say cancel them, yeah, James Charles came on to me because he thought it was cute, and then I told him I wasn't interested, and then he moved on and went to another dude. He ghosted me. He canceled me. Well, what did you want him to do? Buy you a car? Yeah, when somebody ghosts you and say you're not interested, then that's it. What was he supposed to do? What am I missing here? Zhivago? Does he have an obligation to be his friend because he turned him down? No. Every girl that ghosted me, I never called her back. Well, shit, I remember I asked a girl out at the movies one time. I was thinking about trying to give her a ride home. She said no. I said, fuck it, I'm going home. Does that make me a predator? It'd be one thing if I said, hey, I'll give you a ride home if you go out with me. I didn't say that. I just knew I would if she said yes. That's not predatory behavior. It's not even close.
Know what I mean? So another Instagram DM.
Now, this guy has every right to take it that way, that it's kind of a shitty thing to do, and maybe it is a shitty thing to do. But it's a long shot from Harvey Weinstein.
Pops up on Twitter where James had DM'd a married man saying he's hot. After he kindly stated that he had a wife, James had a really salty reaction.
Salty reaction.
Again, this really just shows how he reacts when a straight married man shows no interest. He becomes salty, and just because he doesn't have his way.
I love it when women turn me down. I never get salty.
So James slid into the DMs with, "Oh, whoa, you're so hot." And then Stephen replied with, "My wife is so hot." James responded, "You could have just accepted the compliment. Have a lovely day." Stephen then said, "I take it as far more of a compliment when someone says nice things about my merits and my wife, but thanks anyways, have an awesome day, man. Like, hey, I'm in a relationship." And then James responds with such a salty reaction, like,
that's your opinion.
You could have just taken a compliment. Like, I feel like that's so salty.
You're also assuming he knew the guy was married. Hey,
Who cares?
Hey, sweetheart, I hear you're pretty hot. Yeah, my boyfriend thinks I'm hot too. Well, you could have told me. I didn't know.
What a sexual deviant.
I go, no. I go, well, I don't appreciate that. All right, I'm out of here. That's what he did. He left.
Why are people so surprised that this diva is acting like a fucking diva?
He's acting like a homo.
That's not a diva. That's something. That's a normal thing that can happen.
That's actually. This is actually no. Nick's right. This is 100% normal. This is even that salty.
Oh, yeah.
Ha ha ha. You could have just accepted the compliment. Ha ha ha. Have a lovely day. That's what he did. He got the fuck out of there. That's it. He either maybe he was married. Maybe he was married. He knew. Once he was told get the fuck out, he got the fuck out. What the hell was he supposed to do? Now, if you knew he was married, yeah, that's pretty fucking shitty. But now we're only on fucking pro Jared level. We're not close to Harvey Weinstein. Not even mildly close.
But such a salty
James Charles was a bigger
like,
snake. I absolutely don't agree with that. Fundamentally, from the very beginning.
I don't know about that. We'll get to that in a later
opinion, but
I think they're both just as bad as each other.
So again, I feel like it's not what he wants to hear, and then he turns salty, basically. Salty. So this next person, who is called Anthony Amorim, if I'm saying that correctly, he tweeted about how James was inappropriate 2 years ago at Playlist Live, where he basically tried to cuddle with a straight friend. So let's just show kind of what the tweet had to say. When I met James Charles 2 years ago in a hotel room at Playlist Live, he was not only rude as but he was
so he's acting gay.
Basically trying to get one of his intoxicated straight friends to cuddle with him, to the point where his friend had to say, "James, stop. Nothing has changed."
Well, did he stop? Did he stop?
To the point where he had to say no. Can you believe that?
It sounds like whenever this guy hears the word no means no.
I never talked about it out of fear of him coming for me, but after the video Tati posted, I feel like it's finally...
I feel like he's so fucked I could say whatever I want, whether it's true or not have to back it up. Who's your friend that you're speaking of? I feel like
there's enough people going after him that my tweet's going to get a shitload of favorites.
Yeah, it's safe.
Time for people to know the shit he's done throughout the years. Again, another story...
I don't know. This is a pure allegation. I don't know if the guy's drunk. I don't know that he stopped when he was told, I guess, according to this. And that makes him a guy. This sounds like another rejection. If we get rejected, that makes us sexual harassers. Did it go beyond this? Well, according to this guy that made this video, it didn't.
I can confirm this because, of course, I was not there. And,
yes.
I have sent Anthony a DM.
I've since got confirmation. He showed me a picture, so I believe the story is true. So he showed a picture of him. So and by the way, this guy has every right to believe. Just the way I believe, he has every right to believe that James Charles was inappropriate. I don't think that's completely unreasonable. I don't think it's unreasonable to come to the conclusion that he is a sex pest. What I'm saying is, I think it's also okay to come to the conclusion that maybe Tati's motivations weren't as pure as she may have let on. She sounds like a 37-year-old woman that knows way smarter than this 19-year-old kid that got fucking backstabbed, so she did a little backstabbing of her own. And maybe he deserved it. Maybe he asked for it. But there is no evidence still that there's a pattern of sexual misconduct here. There's a pattern of being
You know, I'm kind of starting to believe, after hearing all of this, like, I'm starting to believe all of this. Like, you know, he's trying to, like, force himself kind of, like, to do straight guys to do stuff with him. And that, of course, leads us to Gage.
Now, Gage probably has the best story as far as being mistreated by this guy. The strongest. This guy tried to silence and threaten Gage. But is Kat around? Was it over sex? Or was it over him making a video?
No, it was over making a video. I read those DMs.
You read those DMs.
He said making a video wouldn't really work well for you, and he was flexing his sub count over.
Yeah, he was trying to intimidate.
It had nothing to do with, you got to hook up with me. I got a big following.
Yeah. So he's being a complete fucking YouTube asshole. So he's basically
no better than Keemstar.
So what Keemstar did to Turkey Tom. So what Keemstar did to Turkey Tom back in early 2018. That's it. All right. I'm not saying that's good.
Even this guy's case doesn't.
Hey, by the way, that's a big enough exposed video right there. This guy, actually, I believe this dude the most. I couldn't watch his fucking video because he can't stop eating and it made me want to vomit. Right. But this guy probably has the strongest story where this guy, he's manipulating. I'm saying this guy's a bad dude. You know, I'm not defending him, but I don't see the sex pest.
Nah, of course, the person who's
James Charles is Hitler, exactly.
Very vocal about the situation lately about James Charles and, you know, going after straight guys is Gage. And he claimed that James used his fame and tried to push Gage into a direction that he didn't even want to go into. So we've all seen this video, but basically this kind of makes sense to me. Like after,
and you're going on record. You read the DMs. It's more about the video, nothing to do with like if you make the video, you need to, you know, it wasn't a sexual thing.
That's what I took away from it. Yeah,
that's what you took away from it. That's what I took away from it too. Oh, over the video, catastrophe. Okay, so that's not sex related. That's not sex related in the sense that he was trying to get in his pants. So this guy was a little misleading in this video.
Hearing all these comments and stories, I believe Gage. I think James used his influence to try and persuade Gage, and then when he didn't follow,
persuade Gage not to make a video.
He went on Twitter to attack him.
Is that true? Did he go on Twitter to attack him?
Not even with his @.
Really?
Just saying that he was publicly upset that he keeps going for these straight guys and it doesn't turn out well or whatever.
But, so he never added him.
Heartbroken.
So
no,
he never added him.
He didn't add Gage.
So he used his Twitter following to embarrass and crush this guy, and he didn't even add him, so no one even knows who they was talking about until the fucking whole thing blew up.
He subtweeted him, but it looked like he was just garnering sympathy. He just felt bad.
He felt bad that it didn't work out. All right. Now there was some sort of sexual interest in this guy, but the DMs tell a different story. DMs tell it's more about a video.
Who the fuck goes on a vacation, a free nice vacation with a guy who's trying to sleep with him, and then go, you know, I'm not sleeping with you, but I'm gonna come on your vacation anyway. It's just, I don't know. They hardly know each other. It's a weird situation. I don't know why.
So why is James? That's a weird thing too. Like if I was single and if I invited a girl out and said, "Hey, you want to go on a fucking cruise with me?" and all of a sudden she's like, "Look, I'm not really into you that way," I'd probably be a little disappointed myself.
Yeah, but I'll go on your free cruise.
I would have thought that you were sexually interested in me had you taken this opportunity. I mean, James has never made any bones, and he doesn't exactly look straight that he isn't gay. Now, this guy's under no obligation to sleep with him, but I do find it weird that you would take the invitation and act shocked when he shows some interest in you. James Charles is gay. He's attracted to other men. I say the same thing to women. Oh my God, he invited me up to his apartment, he made me dinner, and then he wanted a blowjob. What a bastard! So I just walked out and left. Who was that comedian that they savaged last year? The Asian Indian comedian. What was his name?
I'm not sure.
You know what I'm talking about? I know Zhivago knows.
I think
he got Me Too'd, but the whole thing backfired.
What's his name? Aziz Ansari, right?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Aziz Ansari. He walked up. They had a really awkward sexual encounter, right? He realized, oh my God, this guy doesn't want to report my career. He wants to get in bed. He wants to get in bed with me. That's not fucking sexual harassment. That's not Me Too worthy. That's a bad date. And that's what this was. A bad date.
I'm going to go ahead and back out.
This is not manipulating straight guys. How the fuck do you manipulate a straight guy? I'm straight. Hey, you want to suck my dick? No.
How do you manipulate a straight guy? How many of his fans that watch his beauty videos are straight?
Yeah.
How many straight guys are watching fucking makeup tutorials in this?
Unless he said to him,
maybe they are a little bi-curious.
Nobody isn't cute. Unless he said to him, if you don't suck my dick, I am going to fucking ruin your career and you're never going to have anything. And if you do, I'm going to make things happen for you. Because that is what Harvey Weinstein did. Or allegedly did, I should say. I don't get sued by him now. Because they don't... That's what they're talking about with Weinstein. And he did it for years. That's not what happened here. That's not what happened. What was the video he was going to do about? What was this kid going to make a video on that he decided not to do? This kid right here, Gage.
I don't know.
10 Core Masters. Glad you covered James Charles better than Kavos has been focusing more on just James being a shithead. He's a shithead. I agree with Kavos. I talked to him about it today. But I think they're so short-sighted because once you get on the bandwagon, it's tough to get off because then it looks like you're sticking up for a fucking predator. That's what we do here. We risk sub-loss to fucking cut through bullshit.
Happened.
And look, I talked to Kavos today. He honestly believes this guy's a sex pest. And there is circumstantial stuff there to say, but there's nothing hard. There's nothing hard. Nothing.
Can you believe a fucking teenager, who still is, by the way, a teenager, is a pervert?
Yeah.
A guy, a teenage boy is a pervert?
Guy's a pervert, yeah. What a shock. And he wants lots of sex.
To Stephen Harrison.
There's audio evidence of Weinstein doing it. Is there audio evidence of this guy doing it? No. It's barely DM evidence of it.
So the second James doesn't get what he wants, he's upset and throws shade. So this next person shared DMs from...
Notice he didn't put the example of him throwing shade.
From James Charles where he talked to a minor. Yeah. So allegedly, this
one was
confirmed.
fake.
James Charles has been hit.
This one that came out as fake.
On a 17-year-old. In lieu of recent events, James Charles is a predator. I never took his remarks seriously, but I now see how important it is to speak on this. There's so much more than you guys don't know about. Social media is insane. So attaches a DM from James to Noah. So James says, hi. And then he says, OMG, how old are you? And Noah says, I'm 17. And James says, T.
Now, is he referencing the spill the tea that he knows right there and then this guy's too young? That's why he says T.
Term in that community.
Okay.
Yeah, T is used for everything. It's like shalom for idiots.
Okay. Okay. Nick, nobody knows what shalom means outside of New York. That's as a fellow East Coaster. Yeah.
True. You're very cute. Where are you from? Dallas. Sigh. That's where the DM ends.
That's it? Hold on. All right, he's 17. James Charles is 19. So he finds out he's 17. He says he's cute and he walks.
How old are you? And Noah says, I'm 17. And James says, T. True?
Is there
You're
a date
very
on that?
Cute. Where are you from? Dallas. Sigh. That's where the DM ends.
Is there a date on that? Could that have been 2 years ago?
Yeah. So he got out of there once he found out the guy's age. How old are you? Okay, you're attractive. You could. It's a little weird. I gotta admit, it's inappropriate. But there's only a 2-year age difference at this stage.
Delusional asshole in the chat says, no, he misspelled the word he, as in he in his mouth.
Wait a minute. Whoa. James Charles is 19. Can somebody check that?
Yeah, he's 19.
Okay. When did... And Louis said James Charles a predator. Don't know what social media is insane.
Don't know about social media is insane. So attaches a DM from James.
So when was this thing? They could have both been, technically, if it's 2 years ago, they were both 17. They could have been both 17. So we don't know one way or another on this one.
No clue.
Yeah, because he turns 20 next week.
He turns 20 next week, so they could have been around the same age. So that could, pedo confirmed.
To Noah. So James says, hi. And then he says, OMG, how old are you? And Noah says, I'm 17. And James says, T. True?
Yes, James is deviant. He's gay. That's different than normal a sexual relationship. Not a normal or more common sexual relationship. It's not criminal, though. It's not criminal. He's a fucking horny little fucking gay guy, but it's not criminal.
I don't even think he's that big of a deviant. He's asking consent in every situation.
He's going away when he's told.
He's got fucking hormones.
Well, deviance just means to deviate. Normal. I don't want to use the word normal. The most common type of sexual interaction is between a male and a female. All right. Okay.
The way he's acting,
everything other than that, everything other than that is a deviation. Now, deviant has become like an evil. You're a deviant. Literally, it just means you deviate from the norm.
If you're a YouTube celebrity, how do you fucking meet people? Because you can't just walk to a bar. Everyone goes, "Oh my god, it's James Charles. Yeah. This guy's a massive fucking celebrity."
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, most of his fucking pickups are going to be on Twitter. They're going to be on all these social media platforms, and some of them are going to leak because that's the only way this fucking works for a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
You're very cute.
2018 confirmed.
Where are you from? Dallas side. That's where the DM ends. You know, even after saying I'm 17, James says you're very cute. You know, it's like you ask how old someone is and they say they're a minor and you're pursuing like, hey, you're very cute. Kind of creepy, you know? But of course, not that I'm talking like lightly about this, but James is still 19, I think. So, you know, you could say like the age difference is only 2 years.
Well, I mean, in fairness, this guy is reporting on everything, the rumors and the stuff that can.
Yeah, he's talking very lightly. He's like throwing some jokes in there and laughing about it. This is the most dull, monotone voice.
Yeah, I got 1.4 million views.
But again, like when someone says I'm 17 and you're a social media influencer, you would be smart enough to not, you know, go after minors and saying that they're very cute. So I agree with them there. That was probably really stupid from social media.
But do they have a timestamp?
No, they don't. So we don't even know.
They don't have a fucking timestamp.
So what are you talking about? If I could use his tweet, and I also asked him if he has any more evidence that could support this tweet, and he said, "No, I do not have screenshots of the snap. I wish I did though." After talking for a little over a week, he sent unsolicited nudes asking for them in return.
So you talked to him for a little over a week, and that's the only thing you have?
Don't get me wrong, I think these are the fake DMs.
Okay.
Also, no, and he immediately.
These are the ones that John Swan fucking busted, right?
I think. Don't quote me.
I like John Swan. Every time I make fun of him, he writes me back. It's this weird defense mechanism. He goes, "Oh, Tommy, you're so funny. Tommy, you're so." I'll be like, "John Swan, you're a fucking Keemstar supporting piece of shit." Oh, that's so cute, Tommy. John, I get it's your defense mechanism for being tied up in that fucking NCO Just Destiny witch hunt. I get it. You say it's funny because you don't want me to think that it bothers you. Here's the truth, John Swan. I don't care if it bothers you or not. All right? So you don't have to write me every time I make fun of you and say how funny you think it is. That's a defense mechanism. I'm old enough to understand that. But good job by busting this, by the way. But I don't buy it. And I'm going to keep making fun of you, John Swan, because you react the most.
Added me. After it was very clear what he wanted from me, and I now have him blocked on everything.
Oh.
I cannot confirm this. He just wants to go after straight guys, and when they show no interest in him, he kind of like unadds them or blocks.
No screen caps from the news.
All right, these are not the DMs John Swan just proved.
Okay, they're not the D ones? Okay.
Subtweets
no, these are not.
So, you know, it's all...
But he has nothing. He had that one fucking tweet, and he doesn't have any of the nudes, any of the other stuff. Nothing.
No, it's all accusations.
And he says he didn't think much of it before. If the guy sent you a picture of his private parts, how could that be nothing? It doesn't even make sense. It makes no sense.
I cannot confirm this. He just wants to go after straight guys, and when they show no interest in him, he kind of like unadds them or blocks them or gets angry or subtweets them. So, you know,
that's pretty shitty, I guess.
No, it's all building up, and I feel like Gage, who spoke out about the situation, really is starting to, gain a lot more credit. So there's a lot more going around on Twitter as well. So we have the infamous soccer team catfish situation. So in a tweet that kind of went viral, it showed how James was catfishing soccer players into sending explicit pictures. Again, this is not confirmed, but seeing all the evidence stacked
Another
up,
one.
like I kind of believe it at this point. So he made a fake profile.
So most of this guy's evidence is unconfirmed. He just chooses to believe it, which he's completely entitled to
try and get pictures of straight guys or straight soccer players.
We have more on Pro Jared. You're damn right. We got the pictures. Yeah. Nobody just saved James Charles. They only saved fucking Pro Jared's.
And if that's true, then that's very and highly inappropriate. So this...
See, the thing is, the fact that they were on a soccer team, James, you probably could have told them you were a guy, because soccer guys are gay. They would have sent you your picture either way. You didn't have to fake it.
This girl tweeted, throwback to when James Charles...
Wait, Willie Mac Show, I just realized I paused the stream and I'm super far behind, so I'm clearly not commentating on the same thing as everyone else.
That's so fucking funny. Hit live. There you go.
Entire school team in high school pretending to be a girl so he could get pics. So glad to know he's still predatory. And attaches a tweet from Pop Alarms. And then this girl also said, there's a lot of people asking me for tea on James Charles, but I don't really have any. I went to high school with James Charles. I don't know him well, but he was in one of my classes and he's always been a bully and a predator. This was something that my entire school knew.
All right, you didn't know him very well, but you knew he's a bully and predator.
She then continues with, about another thing he did, such as bullying other students with his Instagram account right when it started to get big, following. I don't want to expose him because I don't have enough information to do so, but
I thought you don't have enough, but you did expose him with not a lot of information. You actually did expose him. But you don't know him, but you knew he was a bully.
Everyone I know has been trying to speak up for years now, and it's only now that the tweet went viral that you are listening. I hope that people finally do start to listen and take what he's doing seriously. So this is just another...
It doesn't even make any sense. I don't know him, but everybody knows him, and he's a predator. I think I could dismiss that just based on the fact that it's all over the place.
Thing that's not confirmed. I kind of believe it at this...
Okay. You can believe it all you want. Here's what I believe. I believe that bitch made a move, and it's a good one. Pretty good one. Here's another thing. I think James Charles deserved it because he's an asshole. I don't care if he loses every single sub. I don't care at all. But the idea, I've heard so many people telling me, this guy is clearly not a straight up sex pest. Clearly. He's a fucking horny teenager that when he's told no, he goes away. Unless there's more information, and I'm open to more information, that he's going above and beyond. This is nothing. Using his fame to get... Who doesn't use their fucking fame when they're in their 20s to get sex? Unless they're saying, I'm going to do something to you if you don't do what I want. And we only have one example of that, and it doesn't have anything to do with sex. It has something to do with him making a video on him, which YouTubers do on the... We've exposed so many YouTubers doing that, right? And you know what? You deserve to be exposed. There's not much here. This is just funny. That's all it is. Jesus Christ. You've got more on me being sex pest. Go ahead.
This is my favorite one, and I'll tell you why. There's a reason that Nathan banned James Charles from ever coming over our home again. It was tweeted by Jeffree Star, and his boyfriend Nathan tweeted, there's a reason I haven't seen him since a birthday in February. He is a danger to society. Everything Tati said is 100% true. Now, if he's really a danger to society, then wouldn't you think that society should probably fucking know about it before some vitamins get fucking sold? Yeah. Really? Tati is as... She is as much to blame because this has been going on for years, apparently. Apparently the sex pest has been going on for years, and it took fucking vitamins to make this all come out. It's ridiculous.
That's funny.
She is as big of a scumbag. She has gained 3 million subs off this completely dirty situation. Yeah. It's ridiculous. She's as bad as they say he is.
I think it is. And honestly, knowing a tiny bit about knowing a tiny bit about the way this works, these guys are always trying to expose each other. They're always trying to fucking move in on each other. They're always trying to sell the most makeup because it's not... Selling makeup is fucking boring. The drama behind it is what fucking moves the goddamn makeup. I've seen it. I've been watching it for ever since the Illuminati introduced this to me. Because you got to understand, it's constant, it's all day. It's a money-making operation. And we had a 37-year-old woman outplay a 19-year-old boy that got fucking way too much money and way too much fame before he knew where his fucking dick was. That's what happened. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, I'll say it again. Maybe, just maybe, he asked for it. I think it's pretty shitty to sit there and say, I'm sorry, I'm not promoting your vitamins, and then go promote and lie to you and promote a competitor, right? And you know what? That deserves an exposed video, I think. I do. But the sex stuff is out of line. In fact, it's overkill. It's designed to destroy. It's not designed to get the truth out. And the one story that she told about the waiter is either, again, inaccurate because she read the situation wrong innocently, or she lied. And looking at that fucking kid, well, just like the last guy we heard, I'm thinking she lied and knew that guy was gay. I can't prove it, but neither you can't prove that he's a sex pest either. There you go. It's just that simple.
We're purposely not showing the rest of the waiter video because the receipts are in, according to Cleo.
The waiter video? What do you mean the waiter video? The guy was fucking bi-curious, kissed a dude for an hour, decided he wasn't fucking gay, and then he said some stupid fucking asshole-ish comments afterwards.
And that was the end of
That's
it.
all that
That's
happened.
what happened.
No, there's no Harvey Weinsteining here. No pills were dropped by Bill Cosby. You guys are making a fucking mountain out of a molehill to ruin a guy because you don't like him.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all that's there. It's time to read the donations.
And that's how this shit goes. That's how this shit in the community goes. Andy Warski loses his career because he went aim. Guy's an asshole, done a bunch of other shit. Maybe not the reason to lose his career. Looking at guys like James Charles, he's an asshole, but he's going to lose his career over this Me Too bullshit. Ethan Ralph, yeah, he's done a lot of fucked up stuff. I exposed the guy for a doxing server, but he lost his career. Why? Because he's fat. People lose their careers for a lot of stupid reasons. It's whatever hits.
Exactly. And it could be fat, or it could be actually fucking talking to minors. Yeah.
Well, the talking for minors is.
Well, I got to be honest with you. The talking, I don't know if the talking for I mean, you know, if you remember, you know, Keemstar didn't take out Lion Maker in one swoop. It took months. So he had lots of hard evidence on Lion Maker until the dam broke. If I'm not mistaken, it wasn't until Clown's video. Clown's video had the biggest biggest impact on Lion Maker. Correct me if I'm wrong. So people were willing to put up with those fucking rumors till Clown's video, till the right fucking voice came the right way. Larry Banks, Nick DiOrio, more like Nick, member of Peter Griffin's Fat Club, and the one who broke his chair. Or you broke a chair?
No.
Okay, I agree with
this is my normal chair.
I agree with YouTubers are worse than Hollywood actors, because if they mess up, someone at the top will come and stop and moderate it. If YouTubers
I broke a toilet seat once.
Oh, did you really?
I was young. I was trying to listen. I had like a door, and I was trying to play Call of Duty Zombies out the side of the door while I take a shit, and I snapped the toilet seat.
Well, I agree with Oreo. Still, I hate you, Nick. You fat fuck. No, actually, I added that part. I agree. YouTubers are worse. Someone at the top will come and stop and moderate it. YouTubers do it. It's on them, and they don't do it well. There's video evidence of Weinstein, Larry Banks, also Nick DiOrio. More like me, can't see his pecker doing it being the size of an Eggman, and his fat can supply an Eskimo community for years. Oreo, thanks, Larry. I don't know. I love
for your contributions. To the show.
I love making money off of Nick's people like hating on Nick. I don't know. I think he actually likes you. I put a 1 in chat if you want calls, 2 in the chat. You want me to get the hell out of here. I actually want to keep talking, but I don't want to. Fuck it. Probably already screwed this up. I'll take some calls. Let me say hi as a kite. If that twink is straight, then I'm gay.
Listen. I could be completely out of this situation. If I saw this message, I go, no, you are gay. You're totally gay.
Baked Bean, hey Tommy, I love the coverage, but I'm hoping you get back to your roots at some point and shit on Bobacks or dying dogs. I don't think I'll be doing this one too long, but I had to. Yeah. Surprised Bobacks didn't screw this thing up. I'm surprised Bobacks didn't come out with a story to say he killed fucking 3 little girls. That's
James
what I'm waiting
Charles
for.
actually went on a murder spree last week, ladies and gentlemen.
But I said seems like. I put seems like in front of it. Baked Bean. God, James is gay. Yes, he's your Core Master. Glad you covered James Charles better than Cobbs, folks. Okay, we already covered that one. Thanks, Core Master. Jeff the Chin. A rapper did this. He flew a girl out to fuck. She said no, and said okay, but canceled the hotel. I didn't pay her back for the flight. Yeah, it's kind of a shitty thing to do, but you know, she says no. No means no to James Charles, from what I can see. He's trying to go after straight men.
Brett Kavanaugh's fraternity.
Can you imagine somebody like I had a thing for redheads until I married one. She took me for everything I was worth and all my Iraq money. But that's a story for another time. But yeah, I had a thing for redheads. And I tried to use my army uniform to get in there fucking to see if the carpet matched the drapes. You know.
Did you ever hold a blonde-haired girl down and force her to dye her hair red, and then afterwards she goes, "No, I'm a blonde. You're a redhead now."
No, I never did that. But I did tell her, oh God, we used to go to Rutgers University and tell girls we were pre-med. It's a shitty fucking thing to do. But fucking,
it's funny.
It was fun. It's funny at the time. It didn't really work all the time either. Oh yeah, I'm pre-med.
Oh,
Meanwhile, I'm the frat party's fucking band roadie. All right, and I'm telling some stupid broad in fucking Adidas in 1998 and listen to the Deftones that that I'm pre-med at Rutgers University. It's a shitty thing to do, but I was fucking 19 once too.
That's what you do when you're a teenager.
Yeah.
Shocker. Sorry, we're all not from the Real Housewives of New Jersey in the fucking 40-year-old fucking beauty community.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I don't buy her a fucking act. I just think she made a move. Fucking nice one. Maybe one of the nicest ones I've ever seen.
She's having a good day. Everything's going great or whatever. And why is my thing not working?
Yeah.
And then boom.
They ask you how you are. You just have to say that you're fine. And you're not really fine. But you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
What the fuck?
That's her over the vitamins.
Over the vitamins.
You never heard those memes, Tommy?
No, I haven't.
Oh God.
Well, she's again. I'd be pissed too. If he promised me something and didn't come through after I'd helped him out, I'd be furious. Fucking furious. Absolutely furious. 100%. I get it. I totally get it. But it's a lot different than being a sex pest. Let's take a few calls. We'll get the hell out of here. Big butt lover.
Why, hello there.
What do you got?
So I think I got an idea for you for a middle of the year roundup.
Why?
I'm going to send it to you if you don't use.
Oh, come on! You can't do this now. You got to talk about the topic. It
is the topic.
Okay, go. I'm running out of time.
Okay, 1 second.
Come on, you got to do better than that, dude. Ito.
By the way, we blew him up because he's a big butt lover, which is not okay.
I felt very uncomfortable. Because he said his name was Big Butt Lover, and you guys are always saying I'm fat, and my butt's kind of bigger than it was like in 2016. So E-Tone, he's not in there. He didn't make it. Larry Banks, quick.
Hello?
What do you got, buddy? Real quick. Just one though.
Oh yeah. I just want to talk about a little bit about how YouTubers. I agree with you, man. They're kind of worse than say Hollywood, because at least in Hollywood, you more or less start small and then you work yourself up.
In Hollywood, there's a distance between you and the fans. The only thing they know about you is, and I got to let you go because the wind's blowing again, Larry. I'm sorry. The only thing they know about you is your characters that you play, whereas YouTube is a lot more intimate. It's a lot more in the so-called reality show plane, where they get to know, and they might know what your kids look like, or maybe even know where you live or about where you live, and your background, your hopes and your fears, and all that other shit. Especially if you're a vlogger, or a beauty vlogger. Okay, so your actual the personality you project is you. You're selling you, whereas Robert De Niro is selling the character he played in Taxi Driver. All right, and everybody knows that's fucking a fake. It's not real. So yeah, YouTubers have a hard time, and there's this thing out there where you can make a video on somebody, right? And if it hits the right chord, sort of like her video did, it could do serious damage, real-time damage. You could actually watch the damage. You could go watch the video. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty fucking amazing. You can watch that. Vega, you're on the air, and we're getting out of here.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, dude, on behalf of everybody, I want to thank you.
Why's that?
Well, dude, a lot of things get blown up, a lot of things get twisted, a lot of things get manipulated in the way where they're just fucked up.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you for at least putting a perspective that's a little bit more experienced
Well,
can I just say that? Because there's the whole fucking, well, maybe he just asked for the number. The guy said no, and then that was that. Instead, what you see on Twitter and on YouTube, people are making money off of burying a guy for not really, probably not doing the things that people are saying he's doing.
Look, this,
Vega, you're right. We fucked this up. We should have gone the lucrative route. Damn it, Tommy.
Well, I'm not down with cancel culture, man. I mean, what happens is it gets fun. It gets fun. I watched it. I got it in the fun with the Jarrett thing, right? But I just felt a little more comfortable with it because of the way he treated. There was actual evidence that he mistreated somebody and lied. Like there was hard evidence
of the guy's dick. You could assume that he's sending them out to people.
Yes.
Well,
you don't have that for this guy.
Yeah,
you stated that in the video, though. So I mean, it's not like you're not clear about it. And also, just to say, everybody that's like pointing the fingers and saying, "Oh, fucking, he didn't want you, so you got all salty about it." One day, anybody that's out there talking that shit, I'm assuming they don't have experience with it, because one day you're gonna want somebody, or somebody's gonna want you, and you're not gonna want them back, and they have free reign to go out on Twitter and anywhere and drop DMs and say all the same shit
happens
that you're talking. Everybody's gonna have that experience. There's gonna be some chick that you're cool with, or a guy that you're cool with, but you're not attracted to, but somehow they're receiving messages, or maybe you guys are sleeping together or whatever, and they want to get married, but you don't want to get married. Things like that are gonna happen, and then you're gonna be buried because you think you were co-signing this shit for James Charles.
Well, here's the thing. I don't care that James Charles get buried. What he did to that one kid and threatened that kid and tried to use his power to silence him, that's a big no-no. So he's got what he's deserved. It's important not to go the witch hunt route, not to go the bandwagon route, because if you guys all should just like sit down and read the whole Salem witch trial thing and how the thing got rolling, right? There's a bunch of girls who are hanging around this black woman that told them fucking spooky stories, okay? Right? And she said, then what happened was they got caught. So the girls started acting like they were fucking possessed. So all the other girls that had fucking told a story with this black woman as well, they started acting like they were possessed. And then it just spread, and it fed on each other, and fed on each other, and then it was the cool motherfucking thing to do. It's called a moral panic. And that's what this was, a moral panic. And what happens with these moral panics, you get a grain of fucking truth, and then everything around it just becomes bullshit. I mean, shout out to I Am Alex for pointing out, well, for all the true stories we have about James Charles being an asshole, there's almost more fictitious stories and phony stories. As much as I don't like the guy, John Swan came out and busted one of these angles. The important thing is to maintain the truth, and maintain the truth even if it doesn't fit your narrative that this guy needs to be destroyed or not. The internet's going to decide whether it needs to be destroyed, and they've already judged. But that doesn't change the truth. There's no such thing as your truth or my truth. There's just the truth. And the truth is, at worst, this guy's a YouTube asshole. Yeah. There's more evidence. There is more evidence in this episode that she manipulated than he did.
Yep.
There's much more evidence. It's circumstantial, but there's still more. It is not an open and shut claim that this guy's a sex pest. In fact, there's a pretty good chance that he's not.
I bet there's a group chat on Twitter of all the big beauty community people who are planning exactly how to execute this.
Sure.
Wouldn't blow my mind. I thought there'd be a Discord server, but smarter people told me that I'm stupid because they have absolutely no idea how to work Discord, and I believe that.
Yeah, that's probably.
They're not internet people, but yeah.
All right. This guy's not gonna. This guy's out of here. All right, I'm getting out of here. Peace. I'm like I gotta go to bed. As you guys can see, I had a rough. I'm sorry I wasn't that sharp, but I hope we put a different perspective on this thing. I hope we got you to look at this in a different manner, and just look. There's a lot of even the YouTubers that cash in on this shit. Like, I'm not dumping on Kavos here. All right, I'm not even dumping on her so much. If she feels like she had to make a move, fine. All right, Kavos went out there and got the first video out in Logan Paul. Got like something like 10, 20 million hits. All right, he got it out there first. He hustled. It was based on something. It was based on the almightiest, easiest, best way to make money. It was based on rage. It's called rage bait. He knew if he got it out first, he would cash in, and he did. He did, and he grew his channel and became a 1 million sub YouTuber. That's what they're all doing here. That's the motivation. That's what it is at the end of the fucking day. You know, if you want to convince me that you don't have any fucking motivations, and you're gonna have to convince me that you're. What was that girl? Not Heidi. Who was Jared's?
Holly O something. Heidi O something.
Heidi O Farrell. She kind of just came in, said her shit, and left. I can honestly say that she didn't have any fucking dreams outside of this, as far as I know. If you guys know something I don't know, I know. And but I'm sorry, that woman's not your mom.
She planned that. It was like a fucking reaction because he blocked her and divorced her on Twitter.
Yes, and she handled it perfectly, and she didn't look like she wanted anything to gain from it other than her reputation of not being a fucking a jerk or somebody who ruined the marriage. She had every right to that. He ruined the marriage, not her. You know, so it's really getting on the bandwagon. Even Tipster didn't get on this bandwagon. You know, he wasn't even fooled by this shit.
PewDiePie
didn't get fooled by this. Willie Mac Show didn't get it. By the way, Willie Mac Show, he's probably making a video on the whole thing. Take a breath. Sit back. Take a look.
Critical thinking.
That's all it is. Take a breath.
Which is a lost fucking art form.
Yeah. Take it back. Put yourself in somebody else's shoes. You know? I mean, also, I know guys have done this. Hey, babe, you want to go out with me? No, I don't want to go out with you. You're a lesbian. Now, that's a fucking shitty thing to do, but that's not predatory behavior. If predatory behavior is manipulation, then she did it. She saw the opportunity, and like a predator, she jumped on it. And again, I'll preface this again. Maybe she had the right to do it after the way she was treated. Just like Heidi O'Farrell did. But put this in fucking perspective. That woman's not your mom. She's not your fucking friend. She's a business person. She's got a business to run. She's got money to make. She's got kids to put through college. You know why? Because she's just a YouTuber.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence. Devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne. Running with these Wolverines, okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree. Chi-Town, the King's home, slapping fives, black stones. 6 mile to danger zones, bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated to evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me read them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop.
Follow me on Twitter. Find out when the next show is.